feet and legs inside and remember to watch your children. Your transport will be arriving shortly. Aside from that, from tropical adventure at Kilimanjaro Safari. Bienvenidos a Kilimanjaro Safari. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados y mantengan las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del vehículo. Y cuiden sus niños. Gracias. Hello everyone, and welcome to Kilimanjaro Safari. Before you begin your trip, you should know that the unpaved roads of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve pass through rough and rugged terrain. You may experience Karibuni! I am Warthog Burrows, and I am happy to welcome you to Harambe Wildlife Reserve. I hope that you visit with new appreciation and respect. Sickness or other conditions that could be aggravated by this adventure. Expected mothers.
For your safety, please keep your face covering on at all times, except when actively eating or drinking. Please keep your party together, abide by the queue markings, and maintain physical distancing between your party and others. Remember to wash your hands frequently throughout your visit.
Want to entertain them?
Sanitizer dispensing units
Who's
provided.
entertaining?
Thank you.
You.
I don't consider myself entertaining, but I guess someone is.
Sentados y mantengan las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del vehículo. Y cuiden sus niños. Gracias. Hello everyone, and welcome to Kilimanjaro Safari. Before you begin your trip, you should know to ensure a safe and pleasant trip, you should be in good health and free from high blood pressure, heart, back or neck problems, motion sickness, or other conditions that could be aggravated by this adventure.
Thank you.
Expected mothers should not ride. Once on board your safari transport, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet and legs inside, and remember to watch your children. Your transport will be arriving shortly. Asante Sana. Enjoy your adventure at Kilimanjaro Safari. Bienvenidos a Kilimanjaro Safari. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados y mantengan las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del vehículo. Y cuiden a sus niños. Gracias. Hello everyone, and welcome to Kilimanjaro Safaris. Before you begin your trip, you should know that the unpaved roads of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve pass through rough and rugged terrain. You may experience bumps and sudden jolts on your safari adventure. To ensure a safe and pleasant
Dancing?
trip, you should be
No,
in
it's
good
like
health
bumps
free
and
from high
jolts,
blood
that's
pressure, heart,
acting
back
out.
or neck problems, motion
It's a little
sickness,
tight in
or
here.
other conditions that could be aggravated by this adventure. Expected mothers should not ride. Once on board your safari transport, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet and legs inside, and remember to watch your children. Your transport will be arriving shortly. Asante Sana. Enjoy your adventure at Kilimanjaro Safari. Bienvenidos a Kilimanjaro Safari. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados y mantengan las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del vehículo. Y cuiden a sus niños. Gracias.
Everybody means welcome aboard.
Hello everyone. Welcome to Kilimanjaro Safari. Before you
Alright, watch it, sit on the right, doors are closing. Whoa, stop here.
Asante Sana awarded. Then as we say here in Harambe, Tuende, and that means let's go. Jumbo everyone, my name's Stephanie and I'm going to be your safari guide as we take an adventure through the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. While we're in motion, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Hold on to anything you don't want to lose. If it falls out, we won't be able to stop to get it. And we do ask that you keep your mask on for the entire safari. If you look above you, you will see an animal spotting guide. It can help you to identify some of the animals that we may see today. We don't see them all, but we usually have some pretty good luck. So we're going to start our adventure here in the Aturi Forest, and the animals here are known for blending in with their surroundings to keep away from their predators. So keep your eyes out. They might be hiding in the bushes or the trees. And I do see an okapi there on the right towards the back. He's kind of walking away from us. They have those black and white striped legs, and they kind of look like they resemble a zebra, although they're not related at all. The okapi is actually related to the giraffe. They both have prehensile tongues, which means they're very long and can grab things like thumbs can.
So why was that considered an emergency? Well, you should have just said the word emergency. You should have been more descriptive. No.
Now on the left there is a black rhino. There's also one straight ahead of us. The black rhinos are the smaller rhino species that we have here on the safari. They weigh about 3,000 pounds. And unfortunately, there's only about 5,000 of them left in the world. They are hunted for the horns on their heads, which are actually made of keratin, which is what our fingernails and our hair is made of. So unfortunately, they're hunted for something that humans have naturally. And on the left, laying down, we have a few bongos. The bongos are known as the ghost of the forest. They're very good at hiding. And you might notice that they have those horns on top of their heads that kind of face backwards. This allows them to easily maneuver through the brush without getting stuck in it so that they can escape from their predators. I'm a ghost, so I can see the okapi. And as we exit the forest, we're going to head down to the Safi River. And the Safi River, of course, is home to some of the aquatic animals we have here on the safaris. They do like to hang out in the water, so if you don't see any at first, just look closely underneath. They might be swimming down there. On the left, underneath the water, is a hippo. It just went underneath. I do see one over on the island there as well. The hippos can weigh about 5,500 pounds. And what they do to maneuver themselves through the water is they hold their breath, and they can do this for up to 8 minutes, and they sink to the bottom, and then they run along the riverbed, and that helps them easily move through the water. And we also see those grayish white birds on the island there as well. Those are the pink-backed pelicans. And they get their name because during mating season they turn a pinkish color. And then you'll notice the hippo there is grazing along the riverbed. The hippos do stay in the water most of the day when it's hot, and then when it cools down, towards night, they come out, and that's when they do all their eating. And then once the sun comes back up in the morning, they go back underneath the water. And then on the left, there is the Nile Crocodiles. The Nile Crocodiles are exothermic, which means that they cannot create their own heat. So what they do is they lay out, like you can see a few of them doing there. And that warms up their bodies. And then when they get too hot, they'll go into the water to cool down. And I don't see any of them doing it, but a lot of times they will open their mouths really wide, and that's how they release their heat. They look like they're ready for a snack, but it's just their way to cool themselves down. The Nile crocodile also has one of the strongest bites in the world and can bite with about 2,000 pounds of pressure per square inch, which is incredibly bone crushing. And straight ahead, that big tree there is a Baobab tree, and it kind of looks like its roots are on top of it. Those are just the branches, because 9 months out of the year it doesn't grow any leaves. Those trees are very good at conserving their water. It's all in their trunks, and that way animals on the savannah have an extra source of water if they need it. That's why that tree is also known as the tree of life. We're entering the savannah here. It stretches for hundreds and hundreds of miles, and the animals that live here actually create the savannah. Since they do so much walking along it, they kind of create the grass and the shrubs and the trees. Without those animals, the savannah would not look like it does. And right there to the right is a Patterson eland. They're the biggest species of antelope, and the biggest ones can weigh about 2,000 pounds, and they're still able to jump 6 feet in the air, which is pretty impressive for the size that they are. Sleeping in that cave there on the left looks like a hyena. There's also one standing there right on the left. Now the hyenas do like to come out towards the end of the day and at night. And the cool thing about hyenas is they are a female-dominated society. So the lowest ranking female hyena is still higher than the highest ranking male, which isn't usually how you find animals. So it's pretty cool that hyenas do live that way. And on the left, laying down there, is the sable antelopes. They are the emblem of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve here. And they're pretty impressive animals. If a predator is coming, they will not run away. They'll actually stand their grounds and fight. And they have those big long horns on top of their head, which gives them a little more protection from their predators jumping on their backs. And these red structures here, they are termite mounds. They're as solid and hard as concrete. So elephants like to use them as scratching posts because they won't break like a tree might when they rub against it. Then as we go around this turn, we will be passing an Ankole cattle. The Ankole cattle have those big horns on top of their head. They look like they'd be pretty heavy, but inside is actually a honeycomb structure of blood vessels, which makes the horns pretty light comparatively to the rest of their body. And their horns are what regulates their body temperature. And in Africa, they're actually used as a form of currency, these Ankole cattle. They're not really used for anything else besides showing your wealth. So the more Ankole cattle you have, the wealthier you are. They seem to be grazing along with these wildebeest here. The wildebeest in the wild will travel in herds of about 1.5 million. This helps give them a little protection over their predators. And when they go to sleep at night, they all face different directions. So if a predator's trying to sneak up on them, they can easily warn each other and try to escape in all different directions. And those small antelope there are the Springbok, and they get their name because they can spring about 6 to 8 feet in the air and 13 feet across. I've heard it's a pretty cool sight to see them springing around. They're actually one of the fastest animals on the savannah as well. They can travel at speeds of about 50 miles an hour. And on the left here and straight ahead, we have some Maasai giraffes. And we know they're the Maasai giraffes because they have a very jagged, irregular pattern where it's smoother on other giraffes. And the full-grown giraffes, these Maasai giraffes, can be about 20 feet tall. When they're born, they're already 6 feet tall. And the mother giraffe gives birth to them standing up. So the first thing these baby giraffes experience when they're born is about a 6-foot drop to the ground, but within an hour, they're already up and running on their own, which allows them safety from their predators if they try to get them when they're first born. They can try to escape on their own, which is pretty cool. Towards the right is an African elephant. elephant. And we could guess that that one is a male because it is by itself over there. The African elephants, the males, once they reach a mature age, they do leave their mothers and the rest of their siblings and they go out on their own in the wild. Although oftentimes they can find other male elephants and they form kind of like a bachelor herd of elephants. There's another good look. And both the males and the female African elephants, they do have those ivory tusks, and unfortunately they are hunted for them. They're also hunted because farmers are hunting them. So a team here at Disney wanted to figure out how they could help these elephants and the farmers. And what they found through research was that elephants don't like the elephants was to put fences around their crops that had beehives all throughout them. And it was successful in keeping the elephants away, which kept the elephants safe from being hunted, kept the crops safe, and it also gave honey to the farmers that they could sell. So it was pretty cool that a team here at Disney was able to figure that out to help conserve these populations of elephants. We are passing through some red clay here. It has tusk marks in it, which hopefully means there's some elephants around. The elephants do like to dig out the red clay with their tusks, and they eat it. It's kind of like taking a vitamin for us. It's full of nutrients and minerals and keeps them kind of healthy and wild. We do see more of these Baobab trees. The elephants love the Baobab trees because they can find them and easily pierce them open with their tusks, which gives them an extra drink of water if they get thirsty. What would a Disney safari be without the Disney ducks crossing the road? They like to hang out over here with the flamingos. These are the greater flamingos. And you might notice those fluffy little great ones. They were just hatched within the last few weeks. They're super cute and fluffy. They're getting bigger every day. And they are born gray like that. They don't first turn pink until about a year of their life after they've eaten enough of their diet of shrimp, which is what turns them pink. And the greater flamingos, because they are such a large species of flamingos, they're straight ahead there, I do see a Bontebok. The Bontebok is related to those wildebeest that we saw earlier. There's a few Bontebok over there. Alright, the rest of this area is looking a little quiet, so we'll just continue on. Here's that Bontebok again. And I do see a cheetah on the left there. There might be two of them right there. Now straight ahead there, there's a male laying on top of the rock. We know that because he has the fluffy mane there. And then the female just below him there. Now the lions, although they do have great vision during the day, it's 6 times better at night, which allows them to easily hunt at night. And it's actually the female lions that go out and do the hunting, because a pride of lions usually only has one male. So he stays back with the rest of the cubs and the pride, protects them while the females go out and hunt. Being up on that Kopi rock structure also gives them a vantage point over their prey. And we do have some white rhinos here. They're the bigger rhino species we have here on the safari. And you can notice that they have those wide mouths. Oh, hello, ostrich. Which is where they get their name from. They're not actually white, which you might notice. and they get their name from a mistranslation of the Afrikaans language. They were called the white rhino, which does mean wide because they have those wider mouths to easily graze along the savannah, whereas the rhino that we saw earlier, the black rhino in the forest, their mouths are kind of pointy so that they can get into trees and stuff. Here's another look at that male lion there. On the left here, those holes in the ground are Warthog Burrows. There's actually a warthog laying down right on top of them. And they dig those out with their tusks. And then at night when they go to sleep, they back themselves into those burrows with their tusks facing out. And this helps to ward off predators in the middle of the night so that they can sleep safe and sound. You can also see these yellow eggs on the ground. Those are ostrich eggs. Each one weighs about 2 to 3 pounds. And a 200-pound person could stand on it without it. The mother ostrich isn't too afraid of them breaking, because it is very hard to break them. Towards the back on the right there is the scimitar horned oryx. That white animal back there, all the way in the back. The scimitar horned oryx gets its name because it has big horns on its head that are kind of shaped like the scimitar sword, like the ones that the guards use in the movie Aladdin. They do come from those dry, arid areas of the world. Their bodies are very good at preserving water. They can go 9 months out of the year without drinking any, and their bodies don't start to sweat until they reach about 112 degrees, which allows them to conserve that water, because it is very hard to find it in those areas. And then passing through those gates, that does mark the end of our adventure through the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Now, many of the incredible animals that we got to see today, they are unfortunately endangered and their habitats are being destroyed. A lot of it is by humans. There's also so many things we can do as humans to help these animals and conserve their lands. The easiest thing we can do is recycle any bottles, cans, glass, plastic, paper. Park maps are recyclable if you don't need them anymore. Cell phones are also recyclable. They're made with a material called coltan, which is mined from the homes of these animals. So if we can keep that coltan in circulation, it gives miners less of a reason to go out into these habitats and destroy them. So it's so important to do these things to help these animals so that future generations get to witness them in person like we do. You can also donate to the Disney Wildlife Conservation Fund at any merchandise location here in Disney's Animal Kingdom, and Disney will match dollar for dollar every single donation. And over $40 million has already been donated to help these animals, which is pretty awesome. And now as I drop you guys off, I don't like to say goodbye because it's far too final and far too sad. So what we say here in Harambe is Kwaherini, which means to go well. So Kwaherini, everybody. I hope you have an incredible rest of your day. And I hope you have a wild time here in Animal Kingdom or wherever your adventures may take you.
Well, I'm walking with orders, so if I can't see fingers, toes, arms, legs, the doors open, watch your step, make sure you have all of your belongings.
Thanks for joining me, everyone. Have a great day.
So hope you enjoyed the safari, right Nick?
Yes, it was a little bumpy.
A little bumpy, but
A lot of fun otherwise.
thank you all for joining us for the safari. We're gonna head to Pandora, as our last ride of the day is gonna be Flight of Passage for the third time today.
And Donnie, if you're watching, I'm gonna get park maps on the way out, so I've not forgotten.
And Alyssa and Neil, we're gonna see Robbie on the way out too.
Yes. Richie, you better recycle your phone so we can save those animals. I think he's watching. Richie, recycle that phone.
You too, Nick.
Well, I have a second one that I can stream with, so
Yeah.
I'd be safe. But it's my understanding Richie only has one phone. Richie, you should probably you should get that recycled. Hello.
We've done pretty much every ride here today.
Yeah, we did Expedition Everest, Calgary Rapids, Dinosaur,
Flight of Passage twice.
Flight Passage twice and one more time in just a few minutes, Kilimanjaro safaris. So, yeah. And then we ate lunch at Satuli Canteen in Pandora, the world of Avatar. And I had a little snack at Restaurant Sosaurus. And Disney's Animal Kingdom closes the earliest out of the 4 parks now. It closes at 6 p.m., but it also opens the earliest at 8 a.m. Each park opening is staggered, with Disney's Animal Kingdom opening at 8, Magic Kingdom opening at 9, Hollywood Studios at 10, and Epcot at 11, and the closing is staggered. Animal Kingdom 6, Magic Kingdom 7, Disney's Hollywood Studios 8, and Epcot at 9 p.m.
That's me right there. Sleeping. Hey, Turio Geeks, welcome. Ooh, it's a little toasty. Maybe there'll be a parade or something down there.
In just a few moments on our right, we'll be passing Harambe Theater, which is home to the Festival of the Lion King, which is currently not operational, as well as some other live shows here at Walt Disney World Resort, including Frozen Sing-Along Celebration, Finding Nemo the Musical, Monsters Incorporated Laugh Floor. In just a few moments as well, we'll be passing Club 33. There's one location at each Disney park, and we're about to pass the one at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Clean, I hope they are.
There's Club 33.
The Lakini Natatu. And these physical distancing ground markings are for Flight of Passage. It's shocking to my sound, but they have no use for them right now.
I did not know that.
Yep, we can follow these and we'll get right to Flight of Passage. Also, face coverings are required at all times except when actively eating or drinking, while stationary, and physically distance as much as possible. Just like the sign says on the right, for your safety, please keep a minimum of 6 feet between you and other parties. And if on the walkway you don't know how to keep 6 feet, you can just try to follow up with the ground markings.
We're walking to Pandora because we're gonna go right Flight of Passage.
And if you guys have not already subscribed to Sam, definitely go do so. You can also hit that like button and share out the stream with your friends and family. And let them know that we are currently live at Disney's theme park.
They can do joint activities.
Say travelers, and welcome to the Valley of Moara. I was going to say Moana, but alright. In just a few moments we'll see a sign up here to the left that welcomes us into the Valley of Moara, also known as Pandora, the World of Avatar. Pandora, the World of Avatar opened on May 27th, 2017, excuse me. The signs right over there. This actually opened the same day as Universal's Volcano Bay, which is Universal Orlando Resort's third theme park and only water theme park. The only quick service location in Pandora on the World of Avatar is Satuli Canteen, which is currently, at the time of recording, mobile order only. Mobile orders can be placed via the My Disney Experience mobile app. And here we are at Avatar Flight of Passage.
It is a whopping 25 minutes. Hello. Let's take them just through the line and then let me get. It's not, I don't think it's really 25 minutes because you weave in and out a lot. I said that earlier and it was like 10.
We got it on at 4:51, so we will. And Donna Jaworski has 970 subscribers. You guys are not already subscribed, you can do so.
Hi, Rebecca V. Welcome. This line's gonna give me a workout.
And here in Orlando, Florida, we have a tropical storm warning in effect. So, someday at 1 a.m.